Hi guys. All right, today I have another 1 hour reformer workout for you. Okay, so full 60 minutes with me. We're gonna be using this red band today, this red Theraband as a prop. So it's an open-ended resistance band. It's pretty lightweight. It's probably a medium weight, but not too heavy. It's been used a lot. Anyway, so make sure it's open-ended if you have one. Now, if you don't have a red Theraband, don't worry about it. You can use dumbbells for most of these moves, or you can use nothing at all. It will be aggressive with or without a prop, okay? So don't worry about that. I am on a balanced body reformer today, okay? So I am also using my reformer box, and I have a platform added onto the front of my machine. So if you have a platform, great. You can do this without the platform. It'll be a balance challenge on one of the moves, all right? So I'm gonna be on one yellow spring throughout the entire workout, so you don't have to worry about your spring load. All right, and I think that's everything. All right, we're gonna do a lot of standing on the machine. All right, so it's gonna be nice and intense. We're gonna get sweaty. All right, so stay with me, 60 minutes, full body workout, and let's hit it. All right, so we're gonna start on the machine. You're not gonna use your red band to start. We're gonna start in a plank. So bring your knees down onto the carriage. Hands are gonna come flat onto the platform. Now, if you have just the normal platform, make sure you have a squishy pad or something there for your hands. My platform is relatively smooth, so it's fine for my hands. I want you to think about spreading those fingers out nice and wide, all right? So you find that little suction cup right in the center of the palm. My wrists are gonna be underneath my shoulders, so I have shoulders, elbows, and wrists are stacked. Okay, my knees are underneath my hips. I'm gonna turn my toes under, and I'm gonna start with a 4-point kneel. So on my inhale breath, I'm gonna roll my shoulder blades down and around the ribs. I'm gonna inhale and pick those knees up off the carriage 1 inch. My carriage is not gonna go anywhere. I'm just gonna hold it right there. You should already start to shake, keeping that carriage home against the bumper. Don't let it move out. Eyes are on the floor, so the back of my neck is nice and long. Pull those palms closer to your body internally, so they're not gonna move. You should be trembling. We're here for 8, 7, a little core activation. Last 5, you've got 4, last 3, 2, and set those knees down nice and soft. All right, now we're gonna come up into a plank. So on your next inhale breath, come on up, send that carriage out with 2 long legs. Now, we're gonna start to take a little walk on this carriage, okay, but we're gonna stay in our plank, so we're gonna walk our toes. I want you to first breathe in between those shoulder blades, so send lots of breath to the back of the ribs. Okay, we're still inflating up and out of that shoulder girdle. We're gonna walk those toes so the carriage extends back, and then we're gonna walk the toes back in. Or the carriage slides back in. Okay, walk the toes back out. Nothing is changing with my body. So you can see, I'm holding the structure of my plank as I glide that carriage in with my toes. We're on 1 extra light spring, that yellow spring. Now, I changed that on my balanced body reformer. So if you only have a blue or a light spring, go with that, okay? It's gonna be a little bit more aggressive through some of the movement, but it is absolutely doable. Good, you guys. Breathing up and into the back body, holding the belly button up and in. Woo! We got 3 more walks right here. We're gonna add a little pike into. Good, keep walking those toes. Good, last walk in and out. Good, keep those wrists over the shoulders over the wrists. Keep the elbows soft. Good, now on your next one, you're gonna keep those toes pretty close to the front edge of the reformer, and we're gonna exhale as we pike those hips up and back. Inhale, lengthen back out. Good, exhale, reach those sits bones up and back. Tailbone reaches away from the crown of the head. I'm swiveling through the shoulder. Good, lifting that tailbone. Inhale to find that length. Exhale, bring it up. Inner thighs pick up into the pelvic floor. And then we lengthen back out. Last 4. 3. Good, last 2. Exhale as you pipe those sitting bones up and back. Inhale as you lengthen back out. Last 1. Good, hold your plank and bring those knees in and set it down. Got my foot strap stuck in there. All right, grab your red band. All right, we're gonna come into a lunge off the front of the machine. So if you've got that added platform, that's great, okay? If you do not have the platform, you are going to be using the regular platform of the machine, but it's gonna be a little bit more of a balance challenge because you won't be able to get the full foot connection. Now, that red band is gonna come underneath my left foot, okay? So the ball of my left foot is gonna take the middle of that band, and I'm gonna have a tail of the red band in both hands, okay? From here, we're gonna bring that right foot onto the carriage, about maybe 4 inches away from the edge of the machine. Both legs are in parallel, meaning the toes are pointed forward. My hips are together, so I'm not letting that right side rotate back yet. Okay, from here, I'm gonna wrap that red band, give it one little wrap around my palms. Arms are long by my side. I'm gonna exhale as I reach that left sits bone out and back. Good, arms come up and overhead. Inhale as you scissor those inner thighs and come back up to a straight left leg. Exhale, reach that left sitting bone away from that left kneecap. And then we're gonna inhale as we tweeze and scissor those inner thighs. Now those arms are coming up and overhead, so I want you to feel those shoulder blades move down the back body. Okay, then they return back to start as the arms drop. My biceps stay in front of my ears. We never bring those arms behind the head. We wanna keep those ribs closed so that core stays engaged the entire time. Now I'm working for long length on that left thigh, okay? So I really want you to find the reach of that left sitting bone. Right hip does not wag back towards the carriage, okay? So in other words, my hips stay neutral. They work together to bring me into that lunge. My torso tips a little bit to keep my low back nice and flat. And then I bring it back up. Let's go for 4 more, and then we've got some holds. Good, now I love a full foot connection on this lunge. So that was the reason I added or I bought a platform extender for my machine. Okay, so if you don't have that, you probably only have the ball of your foot on that platform, so there's a much bigger balance challenge here. Good, last 2. You guys, on your next one, we're gonna come into that lunge and we're gonna hold it. Good, so you're nice and low. Now, I want you to make sure that your left kneecap is in front of your ankle and tracking with big toe, second toe. We're gonna bring those arms down into a 90-90 bend right at the waistline. Now, from here, my palms are facing in, but I'm gonna flip them to face more up. We're gonna do a bicep curl. So we're gonna exhale, curl. The red band comes up, and then we're gonna exhale, lower. Good, curl, and release. Now we're gonna add a carriage pull to this. So my right leg, as I bicep curl, is gonna pull in under the body, and then I'm gonna send it all the way back out. Exhale, curl, bring that right knee under the body, and then send it back out. My left leg is isometric now. So it's not changing. Good, my pelvis is quiet. The stability is coming from my core. That belly button is pulled up and in between my shoulder blades. Good. You're getting a little extra work through that upper body with that red band. Now if you have dumbbells here, perfectly fine. Okay, that's great. Or nothing at all. Either way, it's aggressive enough. Right, we're here for 4. Good, now as you pull that right leg under the body, that femur bone gets sucked up back into that hip socket. I'm not gonna look at you or I'm gonna fall off my machine. Good, last 2. All right, on your next one, Okay, we're gonna hold the bicep curl, but we're gonna send that right leg back out. From here, I'm gonna peel my left heel off the platform and send it back down. Good, peel my left heel and send it back down. Now, if you've got no platform extender, you've probably been like this the entire time. Good, so you're feeling it through that hamstring and that inner thigh. Good, we're here for 6. Woo, getting shaky. Last 5. 4, we're recruiting that inner thigh to pick up that heel. Good, last 3. Woo, we got 2. On your next one, you're gonna hold that heel lifted. From here, we're gonna pulse through our left sitting bone. Little 1 inch up and 1 inch down. That left sitting bone narrows. We're still holding the bicep curl. That left sitting bone narrows towards the midline to pick you up. Think about tweezing those inner thighs like they're a pair of tweezers. Good, to pick yourself up. You're here for 6. Woo, I feel my left hamstring for 5. Good, last 4. You've got 3. Last 2. Ooh, shaky, shaky. And last 1. Set that heel down, release your bicep curl, and bring it all the way up to a straight left leg. Holy cow. All right, we're gonna come into a side lunge. So, left foot is gonna keep that red Theraband. Again, if you don't have a Theraband and you have a dumbbell, that'd be great for this move as well. Okay, both, I'm gonna be turning to the right side of my machine. So I'm facing you guys right now. My left foot still on the platform, right foot towards the edge of the carriage. My right hand is gonna wrap that red Theraband. Okay, so I've got some tension there. That arm is gonna drop long and low in front of that left thigh. All right, now from here, we're gonna start with just a side lunge. Left hand on the hip. Okay, we're gonna bend that left knee. Right leg stays straight as we send the carriage out. I'm extending my left sits bone back over the platform. Okay, so I'm not shifting my weight towards the center of the springs. I'm reaching my left sitting bone back. My weight is over the platform. Okay, and then I'm gonna inhale as I bring it back up. We're gonna exhale, reach that left sitting bone back. Left kneecap still tracks with big toe, second toe. I get that natural tilt of my torso. Lots of length on the left thigh. And then I bring it all the way back up. Right leg does not change. Good, now we're gonna start to add the arm. So on the next one, as you come into that lunge, we're gonna do a drawing the sword motion. Right arm extends out at a diagonal, and then we fold it back in. Good, we're taking it into that side lunge. Right arm comes up and out at a diagonal. And then we bring it all the way back in, tweezing those upper inner thighs. Good. Reaching that left sitting bone back, right over that platform. Okay, I don't want you to try to shift your weight towards the middle. Keep your weight over that platform. Good, sitting in half of a chair. You can think about sitting down on that left side. Reach, reach, reach back, try to find that chair. And then bring it all the way in. Now, as you extend that right arm up and out, I want you to make sure that you're not hiking the shoulder. Okay, and that right shoulder blade falls down the back body. We've got 3 more here. We've got some holds, because I love to hold, you know that. Good, last 3. Good, that's where we get stronger. That's where we really test the boundaries. Last 2. Where we really can find the shake and sink into the movement. Good, last 1. Okay, and I lied because we gotta hold it, right? So we're gonna come into 1 more. So you're gonna take it all the way back out into that side lunge, that lateral lunge. Left sitting bone over the platform from here. My right hand is gonna reach for my left toes. There's gonna be lots of slack in the red band. And then we're gonna reach that right arm up and out. Bend the elbow, reach down for those left toes, and bring it up and back. So now I'm swiveling that pelvis over that left femur bone to get lots of heat through that left side. Whew. All right, you guys, we got 4 more because we're not done with these holds. Good. Last 3. Good, you got 2. on this one, you're gonna bring that right hand into a ninja palm. We're still holding that left side lunge, all right? From here, we're gonna skate. The right knee is gonna come in as the right palm goes out, and then we're gonna bring it back. Good, right knee pulls in into a squat, and my right arm now is a ninja palm, so palm is facing in, and it darts forward. Good, we still got the natural tilt of the torso because we're still sitting on that left side. Reach that left sitting bone back, reach the right one back as you pull that leg in. Good, shoulders away from the ear. All right, you guys, we got 4 right here. 4. Good, last 3. Woo. Last 2. And last 1. And bring it all the way back up, guys. Woo, shaky, shake it out. All right, that band, okay, is gonna come between your palms now. We're gonna do an internal rotation, open, close, all right? So lots of standing on the machine, I know. Again, if you don't have the platform extender, you'll be perfectly fine for this one as well. Your feet, same as they just were, okay? 2 straight legs. They're starting in parallel, but we're gonna rotate now. So from the top of the hip, we're gonna rotate those legs inbound, just a bit. Okay, so from the femur bone, from the top of the hip, rotate in, okay? So now my knees, toes, they're facing a little bit more inward, okay? We've got the red band wrapped around the palms. They're right in the front of the thighs, okay? From here, we're gonna open up that carriage as those arms come up and overhead. We open up on that red band. You're opening the carriage as far as you feel comfortable, still maintaining control of the structure. Sternum over pubic bone. Now, on your inhale, you're gonna zip up those inner thighs and bring that red band back to start. Closing the carriage. Good, you feel that shake when you bring that carriage all the way in against the bumper. Exhale, open up that carriage, open up that red band overhead. Remember, the band stays just in front of the forehead. We're keeping the ribs closed. Okay, we don't want those ribs to flare open by taking the red band behind the head. Inhale as you draw it in. Close the carriage, meaning bring it against that bumper so you really feel those inner thighs light up. Now, we're not clenching the booty, okay? We're thinking about those inner thighs lifting up and in to that pelvic floor and low belly. Okay, red band's just an added prop for that upper body. Good, and then we bring it all the way in, drawing those inner thighs up and in. You can think of those inner thighs like suspenders, pulling them up and in to that pelvic floor. Drawing them all up along the side of the body. You should feel that shake as you bring it all the way in against that bumper. It shakes so good. Good. Exhale, take it all the way up. Good, and then bring it all the way back in. You got it, we're almost there. All right, on your next one, you're gonna hold it halfway open. Okay, those arms are gonna come up and overhead, and we've got a little opening on that red band. From here, we're gonna side bend. So we're gonna inhale as we lift up and over to the right, picking that left waistline out of the left pelvis, and then we bring it all the way back to center. Good, and then we inhale up and over to the left, holding the carriage nice and still. Exhale as you bring it back to center. Good, inhale up and over to the right. Good, finding lots of length as we side bend. Exhale through center. I want you to think about picking the waistline up out of the pelvis, finding lots of length on both sides of the waist. Even though we're curling to one side, it's not a crunch of that waistline. You're still lengthening and lifting out of that spine. And we're holding that carriage completely still. Good. After this one, we got 2 more. Good. Over to the right. Lift, lift, lift with lots of length. Exhale back to center. Good. Inhale up and over to the left. Exhale back to center. Good. Hold that halfway open close. Bring that red band down to chest height. And now we're going to inhale as we rotate to the right. Don't let the carriage move. Exhale back back to center. That's a tall order because we're on one yellow spring, one extra light spring. You have a little more stability if you're on a blue. Okay, so we've got that really light spring, not easy to hold the carriage still. Inhale, rotating from the pelvis, rib basket spirals to the right. We exhale back to center. Good, inhale to the left. Exhale back to center, last two. Good, keeping the pelvis quiet. Everything, that has to stay quiet for the carriage to stay quiet. Exhale back to center and close it all the way up with those inner thighs. So good. All right, we are gonna squat now, all right? We're changing it up pretty soon, but this is our last standing move on the carriage till we hit the other side. All right, so red band, it's gonna come under both feet, okay? So right foot has the red band, okay, and then left foot's gonna take it as well. So right under the ball of both feet, okay? Not under the arches, but under the balls of the feet, because you wanna have some good grip on that band, okay? All right, so once you got it there, you got the tails of the red band in your hand. Now for this, the carriage is gonna stay completely closed. It is not gonna open, so that is a challenge, especially being on the extra light spring. I want you to hold it closed with the inner thighs and that pelvic floor and low belly. We're gonna wrap that red band around the hands, okay? My palms are facing in and I've got a nice little grip on that band. From here, I'm gonna already think about holding that carriage in. Now my legs are back in parallel, so toes are pointed forward. We're gonna exhale as we reach those sitting bones down and back. Arms come up and overhead. Inhale as you rise all the way back up. Good, exhale, reach those sitting bones back, inner thighs. Keep that carriage closed, and then we come all the way up. So, your best squat, okay? You're reaching the sitting bones back first. The tilt of the torso comes naturally. Core is engaged, so that belly button's pulling up and in. I'm holding my squat just so I can show you. Knees are over the footbed. Tracking with big toe, second toe. Good, as you bring those arms up and overhead, the biceps stay in front of the ears. You never take that band behind the head. Okay, I want you to find a nice diagonal line down the back body. Tailbone reaches far away from the crown of the head. And if that red band is too aggressive, you have dumbbells instead. Beautiful, or nothing at all, just drop that red band for this one. Just make sure you take it off your machine, okay? So it doesn't become a tangled, dangerous factor. All right, you got 4 more right here. Woo! All right, you guys. Last 3. Reaching it down and back. Reach, reach, reach those sitting bones. Lots of length on the top of the thighs. Last 2. Core is engaged, pulling up and in. Good. On your next one, we're going for that hold. Here we go. Arms come up and over. We're holding our best squat. Pull that belly button up and in. From here, we're going to take those arms down and bring them back up. Good. Nothing else changes. Down and back up. Good. Keeping those shoulder blades. Feel those shoulder blades move up and down the back body. All right, this is why we want the red band under the balls of the feet, okay, rather than under the arches. We've got nice control here. We've got 4 more. Good, last 3. Don't let that carriage open. Good, you've got 2. All right, you guys, good. Last 1. Hold it up there. Now, I'm gonna start with my heels. I'm going to recruit the right inner thigh as my right heel peels off the carriage, and I set it down. Good, left heel, set it down. If that red band becomes aggressive, you can bring it down so that your elbows are by your waist. Okay, you might even find more of a shake that way, being able to concentrate a little bit more on the connection through the legs, sitting bones, and that pelvic floor. Alternating those heel peels. Keep the carriage in. Don't let it go anywhere. You've got this. Good. I know it gets real shaky right now. You're here for 4. Woo! Last 3. Good. Last 2. Good. The next time you have that right heel lifted, we're going to hold it up. We're going to pull the elbows into the waist. Okay, we're going to wrap those shoulder blades down and around the ribs. Not letting the carriage move. We're going to pulse that squat. Good, now we're loaded through the left leg. So I want you to think about that left sitting bone narrowing. Okay, it narrows towards the midline to pick you up. And just when I said that is when I started to really shake. So find that connection in your body. Good. You got it. We're here for 4. Driving that heart rate. Last 3. Woo. Last 2. On the next one, set the right heel down, left heel picks up, and same thing. Now we're loaded. A little bit more on that right side. Keep the toes connected. Okay, we're working through the full foot. Narrowing that right sitting bone towards the midline. That picks you up. Woo! We're here for 6. Good, last 5. You've got 4. Last 3. Good, you've got 2. On your next one, hold the left heel up. Let's pick the right heel up as well with control. Inner thighs, hold that carriage still. From here, we're gonna pulse that squat one more time. Little lift, little lower. Good, balancing through the balls of the feet. Don't let the carriage move. Recommit to the narrowing of your sitting bones to pick you up. Okay, not just the quads, not just the glutes. Okay, it's everything. Inner thighs, they work to hold the carriage closed, so we're really, really targeting that pelvic floor. You're here for 4. Last 3. Last 2. Woo-hoo, shaky, shaky. And set those heels down and come all the way up, you guys. So good. All right, take that red band off. All right, we're gonna use that box now. So, coming all the way down onto your knees on that carriage, you're gonna take that red band, all right, and we're gonna wrap it around our left forearm. Okay, so I've got it around my wrist. You can bring it up around your forearm a little bit more. You just want a nice hold on the red band with that left arm. Now, left forearm is gonna come onto the box. So I'm kneeling off my carriage, facing the box. Okay, left forearm comes to the edge of the box. Right hand takes the tail of the red band. Both feet are gonna come up against the shoulder block closest to the box. Okay, now we're gonna be holding a side plank. So once you get in this position, I want you to find the lift of the hips. Lots of length on that left waistline. Right hand has the red band. From here, we're gonna hold this side plank, stay lifted out of that left shoulder, right arm reaches up and out at a diagonal, and then we bring it back down. It's up and out at a diagonal, and bring it back down. Good, so really focusing on that isometric side plank. That left shoulder stays over the left elbow. All right, we got 4 more of that red band. Last 3. Good, last 2. All right, you guys, last 1. On the next one, you're gonna hold the red band out there. Knees draw in and out. They come in, woo, and out. Good, you guys, last 4. You have to bring the hand down for support. Bring it down for support. Otherwise, you wanna bring it up there. Last 2. Woo, shaky. Good, and last 1. Send it all the way back out and set those hips down. Oh my gosh, I almost lost it myself. All right, you guys, take the red band, toss it to the side just for a second. So you don't want it to go far, but we don't need it for this move. All right, hands are gonna wrap the top right corner of the box, okay? So making a little triangle or kind of encapsulating the triangle of that corner box, all right? Both feet are gonna come up against the shoulder block, okay, to get the carriage out there. And then I want you to walk those toes, just like we did before on that beginning plank, so that they're somewhere around the middle of the carriage, okay? Feet or legs are in parallel. You're gonna bring the shoulders so they're over the wrists, okay? We're in the nice, beautiful plank. Shoulders, elbows, wrists stacked. Elbows are soft. We're not locking into the joint, okay? From here, we're gonna pike, okay? So eyes on the corner of the box. Exhale, reach those sitting bones up and back, dragging the carriage in, okay? And then take it all the way back out. Good, pike those hips up and back on your exhale. Good, inhale, find length, both sides of the waistline. Good. Exhale, pike it up and back. Take it nice and slow. And reach it back. Good. You've got 4 more here. Good. I know these are not easy, so take them nice and slow. Last 3. All right, you guys, last 2. Pike, pike, pike those sitting bones. Reach them up and back. Okay, we've done a lot of pikes already in class. We got a lot more to go. Good. All right, let's go 1 more. Pike, 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 pike. Reach. Okay, bring it back to that plank. Hold your best plank. And now my knees are gonna pull in and out. I want you to think about reaching that tailbone away from the crown of the head. Keep that long, flat, low back. All right, here we are for 4. Woo. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. Send it all the way out and bring it all the way back in, knees down. Oh gosh, all right, you guys, we're done with the box on the floor, okay? We are gonna move it to the carriage now. So we are gonna need the red band again. Come all the way down, get that box up. We're gonna go short box style. All right, so right up against those shoulder blocks. Make sure it is centered on your carriage. I don't want any of you falling off, okay? Grab your red band, all right? So we're gonna come into some side curl work on the box. All right, so I'm gonna sit facing you to start. That means my right hip is on the carriage. Get that foot strap out because your left foot is gonna come underneath that foot strap. Okay, so we're side facing. I've got my right sits bone connected to the box. My right leg is in half lotus. I'm gonna bring that red band right between my palms. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it a couple times so I've got some nice tension. All right, now my left leg, I'm gonna find a nice diagonal line. So my left foot is parallel to the platform, okay, or horizontal, okay, and then my ankle has got the strap. All right, now I'm gonna find my best diagonal so that I've got long length all the way down the left side body. My hands have that red band. And once I found my best diagonal, meaning the crown of my head, my neck, all of that tracking, the spine is nice and long, we're gonna take those arms palm facing forward, and we're gonna take those arms up and overhead, and bring them back. Good, up and overhead, and then down into a field goal, low field goal. Good, up and over, reach, 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 extend, open the inside elbow. Good, lots of length on both sides of the waistline. So lots of length left, lots of length right. Okay, we're not collapsing. I'm lifting up into the strap. There's no bend to my knee. Okay, I'm lifting up so that I'm engaged from the hip, not just from the ankle. The whole leg is working. Good, we've got 4 more reaches. Good, last 3. Last 2. All right, on your next one, we're gonna hold those arms up and overhead. From here, we're gonna open and close on that band. Open, close, open, close. Woo! 4, keep that band in front of the forehead. 3, last 2, lift up into that foot strap. On your next one, close that band, bring your elbows to your waist, ninja palm position, and now we're gonna curl and find that diagonal. Curl and find that diagonal. So I still have tension on the red band. I'm still engaged through the upper body. Now I'm really focusing on that curl, that lengthening lift. Okay, so you're still lifting up into the foot strap, so I feel my whole leg. You should feel your whole leg working. Crown of the head reaches away from the heel as I curl and lift up with length. Good. Inhale. Exhale. We've got 4 more. 4. Good. Last 3. Whew. Last 2. Oh, my whole left side. I feel my whole left side. Last 1. And bring it all the way up. Oh my goodness. All right, forward facing. We're gonna hit those abs straight on now. Legs or feet are gonna come underneath that foot strap, okay? You're gonna keep that red band, we're still gonna use it, all right? And we're both sitting bones are connected to the box, all right? So wrap that red band, you've got some nice tension on it already. All right, from here, we're gonna lift up into that foot strap again. So 2 long legs, all right? I want you to find a nice tall spine. So you might have soft, I don't want you to lock out your legs. Okay, you have a soft little bend through the knee, okay? So we're actively working, we're not just locking through the joint. All right, from here, we're sitting up nice and tall off those sitting bones, shoulder blades are down and around the ribs, belly button is pulled up and in. We're gonna exhale as we hinge back, and then we're gonna curl through the spine, low back, mid back. Those arms, palms facing forward, are gonna reach up and overhead, and we're gonna open on the band. Close the band. Bring the elbows in and come all the way back up. Good, you're gonna roll hinge first. Hinge with the flat back. Curl the tailbone, the low back, the mid back. Hold, arms come up and overhead. Open on that red band. And then roll all the way back up to the tips of the sitting bones. Good, it's a hinge, flat back. Now the tailbone goes. The low back curls. The mid back, and we hold it right there where we're trembling, the core is engaged. Arms come up and overhead, palms forward. Open on that red band. Pull the elbows back and come all the way back up. All right, we got 4 more just like that. It's a hinge, and then it's a curl through the tailbone, the low back, the mid back. Hold. Red band up and overhead. Open on the red band. Close. Bring the elbows in and come all the way back up. Good. Hinge. Curl like gear wheels. Tailbone. Low back. Mid back. Hold. Palms reach up. Open on the red band. Good. Lifting up into that foot strap. Okay, we're engaged there. And come all the way back up. Part of that engagement is going to give you that shake, all that connected tissue. So I want you to really lift up into the foot strap. It's got a purpose. Okay, last one. Hinge. Curl. Tailbone, low back, mid back, belly button is pulled up and in between those ribs. Palms reach up and overhead, open on your red band, close, lifting up into the foot strap, and come all the way back up. All right, our next one is gonna be a hold. All right, so we're gonna reach. Okay, hinge, curl, tailbone, low back, mid back, hold. Both arms with ninja palms are gonna come forward. Now from here, we're gonna rotate through the waistline. So I'm gonna pull my left elbow into my waist as my right arm reaches and I twist, and then I come all the way back to center. Left elbow towards the waist, right arm reaches as I twist, and then I come all the way back. Good. Left arm pulls in, right arm extends and reaches. I'm focusing on the rotation from my waistline. Okay, that's really, don't focus on the red band and what the arms are doing. I want you to focus on the spiral right at that waist. Rib basket rotates to the left and all the way back. You can think about now my left ribs are rotating towards my right inner thigh and all the way back. We've got 4 more. Twist, rotate, keep that low back nice and flat. Shoulder blades are down and around the ribs, core is engaged. I'm shaking like a leaf. Good. All the way through center. Last 2. Reach, curl, twist. All the way back through center. Still lifting up into that foot strap. Last 1 to the right. All the way back through center. Now, last thing, we're going to take those arms, reach them up, back overhead, palms facing forward. Open up that red band, hold it there, and now we're going to pulse up. Up. Little lift, little lower. It's 1 inch up and down. Good. Engage through those abdominals. Good. Lift inner thighs like suspenders. Pull up and into that low belly. Good. We're here for 6. Whew. Last 5. Good. You've got 4. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. And bring it all the way up. Ooh, it doesn't look like much, right? But it's intense. All right, we're going on to the other side. We're circling around. So, left leg, I'm going to be facing my back to you now, but we know these moves, all right? So, left hip is on the box. My left leg is half lotus in front of the body. Okay, I've got tension on that red band already. My right foot is underneath that foot strap, parallel to the platform. Okay, and I'm gonna lift up into that foot strap and find my best diagonal line. Okay, so you wanna make sure shoulders are square. Okay, crown of the head, neck is long, all reaching away from that heel. All right, from here, we're gonna bring that red band up and overhead, open on the band. Bring it back, elbows down. Good, inhale, reach, open, and down. Good, we're reaching it up and overhead. Open on that band, bring it back. Palms are facing forward, shoulder blades slide down the back body. Got lots of length on both sides of my waist. Not collapsing, core is engaged all the way around. All right, you guys, we got 4. Good, last 3. Lift up into that foot strap. Last 2. Good, last 1. All right, on your next one, elbows are down. We're gonna curl and bring it back. Good, curl and bring it back. Still got tension on the red band, but now I'm focusing on that length and that curl out of that right pelvis. Okay, so it's a lengthening lift and curl. Think about traction. Imagine someone pulling on your skull as you try to lift and curl. So lots of length through that curl. Good. You've got 4. Woo. Last 3. Good, last 2. And last 1. And bring it all the way up, you guys. Woo, all right. All right, we're circling around, so that box is gonna come back to the floor. For this one, you do not need your red band. Okay, we're gonna be doing that pike on the box. All right, so box down. Edge of the box somewhere around the front edge of the reformer carriage, or a little bit more forward than that. Okay, you want to be able to get your feet towards the middle of the carriage. So I'm gonna just send my red band to that platform so it's out of the way. Hands are gonna wrap the front edge of, or the top left corner of that box. All right, both feet are gonna come against the shoulder block to lengthen the carriage out. Once you are there and you've got alignment of the shoulders, elbows, and wrists, you're gonna hold that alignment and walk the toes towards the middle of the carriage, okay? Now I've got grip socks on, so it's easier for me to grip the carriage. If you don't have anything, you can keep your feet against the shoulder block. You're just not gonna have as much room to pike. Okay, the carriage is gonna hit that bumper a little faster. All right, from here, elbows are soft. We're gonna exhale as we pike those hips up and back, reaching the crown of the head towards the box. Inhale as you lengthen it back out. Exhale, pike the hips up and back. And lengthen it back out. Good, keeping the shoulders over those wrists. That's a tough order right here. It's a tough move. Good, but I want you to move nice and slow. Lengthening back out to your plank every time. I want you to think about really lifting that tailbone up and back. Think about those inner thighs, those suspender muscles again. Lifting up and into your pelvic floor to pick you up. Good, let's go for 4 more. 4. Good, last 3. You got it, guys. Hang on with me. Good, you've got 2. Good. Last 1. Piking it all the way up, your best pike. Good, lengthen back out to your best plank. And now from here, those knees are gonna pull in and out. Good, knees stop under the hips, and then we send them back out. Good, the tailbone reaching far away from the crown of the head because that low back is staying nice and flat. I want you to breathe in between those shoulder blades, get a lift. Don't let those shoulder blades wing out. You've got 4 more pulls. Woo. Good. Last 3. Last 2. Hang on. You've got it. I'm right there with you. Last 1. And bring it all the way in, you guys. So good. Woo. Really testing the waters today, huh? All right, so that red band, It's gonna come around that right forearm, all right? This one's a shaky one for me too. This one's a tough one, all right? But we're gonna do it together. All right, my right forearm. I know I'm facing away from you guys, but it's the same thing we did on the other side. We're gonna extend the red band first, and then we're gonna work with those knees pulling in and out, all right? So, right forearm to the right edge or the forward edge of that box on the floor, okay? Both feet are gonna come up against, stacked, up against that left, or that shoulder block closest to the box. Left hand has the red band. Make sure your right shoulder is over your right elbow. Hold that alignment. It's important for the health of the shoulder, okay, and stability on this move. My left arm, it's gonna take that red band up and out, and then bring it back. Good, keep those hips lifted. Okay, your shin is on the carriage, but my thigh is lifted. Good, holding it here. Just taking that red band up and out at a diagonal. All right, you guys, let's go for 3. Woo, don't let that carriage push you. Last 2. All right, on your next one, you're gonna hold the red band up and out. My knees are gonna pull in, woo, and out. Hold it there, guys, you got it. In and out. Let's go for 4. You can always bring your hand down to the box for support if you need to. Last 3. Woo. Last 2, shaky, shaky, shaky. Woo. Last 1. And bring it all the way in, guys. Woo, definitely that one is a tough move. Okay, if you're on one blue, I suggest putting that hand down for a little extra support. All right, leave your box where it is at because we no longer need the box. All right, we're gonna be coming into an open close again, but this one's gonna be a little different. So I am gonna be facing away from you so that we've got the right foot on the platform. Move that foot strap out of the way. And my left foot is on the carriage. Okay, we still have the red band. And now instead of internal rotation this time, we're gonna go external. All right, so from the top of the hip, okay, that's how we move into these rotations. From the top of the hip, where the femur bone is connected to the pelvis, we're gonna rotate those legs so now my toes are out at a 45-degree angle. Inner thighs are shining a little bit more forward. So I've twisted from the top of the hip. I'm gonna wrap that red band, okay, around those palms. So we've got some nice tension. Now, my palms are gonna be facing up. I've got my elbows in a 90-90 bend, okay, because we're gonna be working on a bicep extension. So from here, we're gonna exhale as we open up those inner thighs. Arms extend forward with tension on that band, right off the shoulder. Okay, opening as wide as you feel comfortable, sternum over pubic bone. With the inhale, we're gonna zip up those inner thighs or tweeze those inner thighs up and into the low belly as we pull those elbows back into the waist. Good, we're gonna exhale, open up the carriage, extend, open up the inside elbow, little bicep extension, we've got tension on the band, and then we're gonna inhale as we pull it back up and in. Now I don't want you to clench the booty here. Okay, it's not about gripping the booty. I want you to think all about those inner thighs. Lots of focus on this movement. Open, close, looks like an easy exercise, but I want you to really think about intentional movement. Now, inner thighs are gonna lift and pull, 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 up and into the low belly, pelvic floor. Lift, 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 all the way up. Good, and then we open it back up from there. You didn't see my arms that time, but I really wanted you to focus on what was happening with that open close. I'm sorry, arms extend forward. Forgot what I was doing. And then bring it all the way back in. Good, that intentional movement is where you're gonna find that shake, guys. And that shake is all your connective tissue working. There is really no other modality that targets that connective tissue like this. Good, you guys, you got it, you got it. We're gonna feel those inner thighs tomorrow. Good, we got 4 more right here. Keeping sternum over pubic bone as we work. Okay, there's no tilt of the torso here. Bring it all the way into the bumper. Last 2. No rush. Good. Good, you guys. All right. Last one, all the way out and in. and then we have some holds. Exhale as you open. Good, inhale as you bring it back in. Knees are soft, okay, so we're not locking out that joint. All right, on your next one, you're gonna open up halfway. Arms stay at the waist, open up halfway. Okay, now we're at external rotation, that's good. Make sure those toes aren't gripping, but the toes stay down. From here, we're gonna plie as we extend those arms forward. Don't let the carriage open anymore or close. Okay, and then we're gonna bring it back in. Now remember, on a plie, your torso stays tall. Sternum stays over that pubic bone. It's the opening of the inner thigh. So if you need to adjust your stance, adjust. Okay, you want your kneecaps to track with big toe, second toe, right between those two toes. Okay, your knees come just over that footbed, not in front of the toes. Now the challenge here is to hold that carriage still as you take these plies. All right, opening of the inner thighs. Whoop, there goes my carriage. Good, lots of focus. All right, we're gonna be holding in 2 more. Good, you guys, last full one. All the way down and up. Try not to let that carriage move. All right, on your next one, you're gonna hold that plie. All right, from here, we're gonna work those arms. Elbows pull in and extend out at a 45-degree angle. Bring them back, extend them forward. Good, bring them in. Extend them out at a 45-degree angle, matching those legs. Bring them back, good. Legs should be shaken in that plie. We're alternating between external rotation through the arm and then parallel. Okay, so that bicep extension is a little different every time. Good, swiveling into that external rotation from the top of the shoulder. So right here, you'll see me externally rotate to bring the palms out. We've got 4 more. Ooh, don't let that plie go. Don't let that carriage move. Good, last 3. Good, you've got 2. All right, you guys, last 1. Hold your next external rotation. Hold it through the arms. From here, pulse your plie. Little pulse, little 1 inch up and 1 inch down. Think about those inner thighs, tweezing up and into the pelvic floor. Good, you're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it all the way back in. Don't fall off the carriage. All right, you guys. Oh my gosh. All right, we're coming to that side lunge, right? Am I forgetting something? No. Okay. That right foot takes one tail of the red band. Okay. Ball of the foot. So base of the big toe, base of the pinky toe connected to that band. Left hand, swivel those legs back to parallel. Okay. And left hand has a wrap of that red band. So wrap it around there. That left hand is going to start at the front of my right thigh, and we're going to find a lunge on the right leg. Left leg stays how it is, okay? Right hand to the hip. We're going to take that right sitting bone, and we're going to reach it out and back over the platform to find the side lunge. Torso will naturally tilt forward, and then we come up and back. Good, we're starting just with the leg because I want you to find that movement first before we work that arm into the movement. Because anytime we use the prop, well, not every time, but most of the time, when we add a prop into the workout, it's to intensify the movement. There are times where it helps you find better connection to the body, and that's important, especially when we use things like the peanut, which helps you really find that pelvic floor. Okay, but in this case, we're intensifying the movement. So the red band is added work. So I want you to find the bulk of the movement first before we add that in. All right, now on your next one, as you reach back with that right sitting bone, that left arm is going to go up and out of the diagonal. My left sitting bone lines up with my left heel. My right sitting bone lines up with my right heel. I'm all confused on my directions. Your right foot is on the platform right now. That's the side we're working. Good, right sitting bone, reaches back over that platform. We're not going to hike the shoulder as we take that band out and up on the left. Good, sitting in half a chair. My left leg stays straight. Good, reach, reach, reach. Lots of length on that right thigh. Good, reaching it back. All right, let's go for 4 more. Good, inhale as you draw it back up. Inner thighs tweeze up and in. Should be pretty shaky by now. Last 3. Good, you guys, last 2. Last one, we're gonna hold it back up and out. Okay, so we're holding that lunge. Now from here, my left arm is gonna reach for my right toes, and then bring it back up and out. I'm holding that isometric lunge on the right side. Reaching the fingers for the toes. I'm swiveling now that pelvis over the right femur bone. So that's gonna heat things up a little bit faster. All right, you've got 4 more reaches here after this one. Hold it, hold it. We've got 4. We're going to skate next. Last 3. Good, you've got 2. Last 1. All right, on your next one, hold your lunge. Take that palm, wrap the band, and come to a 90-degree bend at the waist. Now, we're going to skate that left leg in as the right arm darts forward. Kiss the bumper. And bring it all the way back out. Good, left leg skates in, left arm reaches out and back. Right leg doesn't change. Good, coming into a squat basically as that left leg skates in. Keep those shoulder blades wrapping the ribs. They hug the ribs closed. Belly button is pulled up and in. All right, here we are. That right side, oh boy. We got 4 more. Last 3. Good, you've got 2. We got that forward lunge coming up. And last 1. And bring it all the way up. Oh my goodness, all right. I forgot how fast that heats up. All right, standing on your platform. Right foot is gonna take that red band, ball of the right foot on the red band. Okay, so you've got some nice grip. Both tails in either hand. Okay, now my right foot's gonna stay nice and flat on that platform. Okay, my left foot is gonna step back to the carriage. Okay, so finding balance. Level out your pelvis. Okay, we're starting on a straight right leg. Wrap that red band. Give it a little tension, okay? From here, we're gonna take those arms up and overhead as we find our best lunge. And I know that right leg is tired already, okay? So we're gonna move nice and slow. Okay, now if on this side you feel like, balance is an issue, you can grab a balance pole and drop that red band. You can just lose the red band. Okay, whatever you need to do, but I want you to move nice and slow. All right, so we're reaching that right kneecap away from that right sitting bone, so we find lots of length on the right thigh. Now, the ball of my left foot is connected to the carriage. Okay, my heel is lifted. Good. Nice, you guys. Good, nice and slow. Fully find a straight leg at the top. That was my bad on that one. I did not fully open up that back of that right knee. And I want you to find a fully straight leg at the top. So we want to work with full range of motion through that joint. Good. All right, you guys. Let's go for 4 more, and then we're going to start those holds. Holy cow, guys, we're almost at the end. Okay, so I know everything's really shaky right now, at least for me. I'm going to even loosen up that red band a little bit. It's really shaky. Good, we've got 2 more. Okay, fully open up the back of the knee. Weight is in the platform, not in the carriage. All right, last one, and we're gonna hold. So find your best lunge. Hold it there, wrap that red band, because now we're gonna do some bicep curls. So now you're in your best lunge. It stays isometric as we drop and open the elbow and curl. Open up the inside elbow, bicep curl. Okay, my weight is over the platform. Okay, I've got that knee tracking with big toe, second toe. I've got lots of focus because I'm super, super shaky. All right, you guys, you got it. Belly button's pulled up and in. Let's add a carriage pull. So the next time you curl that red band, left knee drags under the body and then take it back out. Good. Curl, left knee pulls under and back out. You got it. Good, nice and smooth. My hips are level. Okay. Woo, you got it. Stay with me, you guys. I know. Good, we got 4 more carriage pulls right here. Last 3. That femur bone, that left femur bone, as you pull that knee and get sucked up into the hip. So think about that in your body. Last 2. All right, we got those heel peels coming up. This is your last one. Hold your bicep curl, take the left leg back out, and now from here, holding the bicep curl, that's isometric now. My right heel is gonna peel and lower. Lift and lower, it's very small. I want you to keep a connection underneath that big toe. Okay, we're recruiting that right inner thigh. Holy cow, I'm super shaky, guys, so if mine doesn't look like it's peeling a lot, that's why. All right, we're here for 4. Last 3, 2. All right, you guys, on your next heel peel, you're gonna hold it. We're gonna pulse from that right sitting bone. Focus all of your intention on that right sitting bone right now, guys. It's taking all of my focus. So I need yours too. Scissor those inner thighs. Here we are. We're here for 4. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. And bring it all the way in, guys. Holy cow, release that band. Drop the band on the floor. No more need of that band, thank goodness. Come down onto your knees. I'm coming down before I fall down. All right, you guys, you know that was intense. That was intense for me too. All right, hands on the platform. All right, this is your last and final move. All right, hands nice and flat. Spread those fingers out nice and wide. We want to find that little suction cup right at the center of the palms. We're going to keep our knees down for this move, okay? Shins flat on the carriage. And you want to take those knees back. Actually, let's take the knees to the forward part of the carriage, all right? So to start, you want your knees 4 inches away from the edge. Okay, shins nice and flat. Now, we're going to open up the front of the hips by sending those shins back. Okay, so you want to open up the front of your hips. So you're in a modified plank, knees down, okay? Roll the shoulder blades down and around the ribs and breathe into the back body. All right, from here, we're gonna go into an extended plank. So we're gonna reach the shoulders back away from the wrists, keeping the body nice and flat. We're gonna bend our elbows in this position. So bend your elbows and pull yourself back in. Arms extend back up and over the platform. Keep the hips open. Extend back. So now my body's like a plank. It's not changing. Okay, I fold at the elbows and I pull myself in. And as I bring myself in, I extend and open the elbow again back up over the platform. Take the extended plank back. Bend your elbows while you're back there. It's like we're drawing a little circle and then we come up and over the platform. Good. Reach. Shoulders move back away from the wrists, opening up the front body even more, bending the elbows and pulling yourself in. Working on those triceps. Yes, reach it back. Bend at the elbow, fold, pull it in. Good, getting into the back body too. We got 4 more. Bend the elbows, draw it in. Good, last 3. Bend. Good, drag it in. Last 2. With control. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Good, and this is your last one. Reach it back. Beautiful extended plank. Make this your best one yet. Fold those elbows and bring yourself all the way in. Hold yourself there, and now you're gonna reach, staying over the platform. You're gonna reach those hips down and let your chin nod up and come into that Cobra Stretch. Wrap your shoulder blades still. Try to take the shoulders away from the ears so you're lifting up and out, but we're letting the hips drop into the springs. Whew, holding it here for 4. Last 3. Last 2. Good, bring it all the way back in. Let those knees bend back under the body. Reach your hands out on the platform. You can open up your knees nice and wide. Good, and come into a beautiful child's pose. That should feel great through those shoulders right now, ending with those tricep pulls. Good, just letting the body relax. Now, we're in that stretching portion of class, so we're right at the end. I want you to give me 2 big breaths right here. Inhale. Inhale, expand those ribs towards the sides of the room. Okay, and then exhale all that air out. Another big breath. Exhale all that air out. Good, bring yourself all the way back in. All right, from here, we're gonna come into a pigeon stretch. So, if you've got that platform on your carriage, great. Otherwise, you can reverse it, okay? You can take it the other way. But we're gonna take that right foot onto the platform, okay? And we're gonna bend it into a half lotus position again. So, my left leg is long, okay? My quad is facing down. That means the front of my ankle is flat and my toes are facing down on the carriage. Okay, my hands are gonna come to my foot bar since I've got a foot bar right out there in front. But if you've got your hands on the platform, that's just fine. You can stay upright or you can bend the elbows and fold down over that right inner thigh to find a nice big stretch through the back of that right hip and through that right inner thigh. Whew, opening up the front of the left hip and that left psoas muscle. Good, so holding that stretch right there and breathing for 4. Good, last 3. Last 2. Good, coming all the way back up. All right, we're gonna come into Mermaid, all right? So in this position, I'm gonna turn, I'm gonna be facing away from you to start. Okay, my left foot is back, my right foot is still in that half lotus forward. My right hand is on the platform, my left arm. We're sitting nice and tall. My left arm is gonna come up and over for a nice big side bend. I'm reaching my left waist out of my left hip, and I'm gonna extend that right arm away from the platform and just find a nice big reach right here. Good, bringing it back all the way in. And now my right hand is gonna come up and overhead, picking my right waist out of that right hip. Lots of length. And bringing it back. Let's go one more time on each side. My left arm up and overhead, my right elbow bends, and then I extend my right arm out away from that platform. Lots of length down that left side body. Good, bring it all the way back. Last time, up and over to the left. Right arm reaches up and over that ear. Good, and bringing it all the way back. All right, we're gonna face the rear of the machine just to get ourselves circled around. My headrest goes up, so I'm gonna bring it down. I'm gonna sit nice and tall in those sitting bones. Okay, legs are out long over that headrest. We're gonna bring those arms up and overhead. And from here, we're gonna take a forward hinge. So from the top of it, or from the hips, from that seat crease, you're gonna hinge forward, finding lots of length. And once you hit your full hinge, you're gonna let yourself round down over those legs and let yourself breathe. Let that head hang, let those shoulders relax. Good, reaching for those toes. You've got 4. Last 3. 2. Good, coming all the way back up tall in those sitting bones. We're gonna turn and face the other way. So we have Mermaid, left foot in half lotus in front of you. Right leg is hooked in back. My left hand is on that platform. We're gonna start with that right arm reaching up and overhead. Lots of length out of that right waistline. Left arm extends. So we find lots of length. Big stretch. Good, bringing it all the way back. Right hand to the carriage. Left arm is gonna reach up and overhead, lifting that left waistline out of the left pelvis. My arm is still staying in front of the ear. Good, Good, bringing it back 2 more times. Last time, up and over to the left. Left arm extends long. Big, big reach. Good, bring it all the way back. Good, left arm up and overhead. Picking yourself up out of that waist. Good, and bringing it all the way back. All right, pigeon stretch on this side. So left leg is going to come to that platform in that half lotus position. We're going to maintain that position. Right leg is going to rotate so the quad is facing down on the carriage, toes facing down. Now, if you get enough stretch, staying nice and upright with that chest, stay right there. Okay, otherwise you can kind of fold down over that left leg. Find a nice stretch through the left hip and that left inner thigh, opening up the right psoas muscle. So right here at the top of that right hip, opening that up. Good, holding it here for 4. Last 3, 2, and coming all the way back in. Let's take one final child's pose, knees wide on the carriage, reaching the arms across the platform, opening up the back body, the shoulders. Inhale, exhale all that air out. Last one. Exhale. Guys, and you just finished a 1-hour reformer workout. Well, just over. I took you over with that stretch, guys. Awesome job. That was a really shaky one. I felt it in my own body as well. So you hung on there with me the whole way through. Good for you. So strong. Keep coming back because I keep delivering you more new fun ones every time. I try to keep them different so you guys stay motivated and you stay engaged. If you like the video, please let me know down below. If you don't like it, I want to know that as well. Anything you'd like to see, if you have certain things you'd like to work, let me know. That motivates me and inspires me to create my next workout. So I love to hear your comments, good and bad. They keep me growing and they keep me strong. All right, you guys, so I'll see you next time. Nice job.